All right, folks, welcome to Campaign 18. If this is a strange one, I realized about 13 minutes in to an episode that I hope you'll never see that OBS was not capturing the episode, but it was capturing a picture of the lossless scaling app. So if you understand what that means, yeah, good for you. But the long and the short of it is, this is the second time I'm doing this. To catch you up on a campaign, we're back on the Union side. We are ahead in men. We're a little bit behind on, just take the average of morale and support. We're a little bit behind there. Better on morale of armies, inflicted more casualties, had more men on arms, yada yada. We, and again, this was in the episode you never see. I think the only thing I did is take a propaganda take, and there was nothing else. We looked through some of our options here for what do we do with our policy. So we just got Enrollment Act 1 done, and this is one of those weird times where I actually had two going simultaneously, either because I chose to or because the AI did one and I forgot. So anyways, Revenue Act is about to finish, and once that happens, we have a number of good options. And the first is to maybe think about the finance line. Government funding 3 opens up Bank Act 1. I think we saw in the previous episode the CSA is already there on Bank Act 1, and so that helps. Breadbasket 2 is really good because, well, more ag subsidies means more farm mechanization project. But it's also important because it opens up Breadbasket 3. And this is actually a good time to see what the heck my starting policies were. And I guess it's not there. It must have been here the whole time. Yeah, okay, so we did take Breadbasket. So we can actually take 3 and 4, which is really important. Not only is it more ag subsidies for more farm mechanization. If you don't know farm mechanization, the project, welcome to the channel. But it's this one, and yeah, it increases output, which is great, and available volunteers. So it's a way to take agricultural subsidies and increase your manpower, which, as both sides, if you can afford to do it, you're going to want to do it. So that's one I like. And then the heavy hitters, I think of these as pretty much the policy. I don't know that the CSA actually has kind of corollary late game plays like the Union does with Feed Europe 1. Trade relations with Europe, I don't know. Since I'm trying to make most of this stuff myself, it's like whatever. And I would love for them to intervene. I'm trying to trigger it and see if it's something I want to do in this campaign. Land sales were not much. It was like 12 million over 12 months, and so losing 6 million. It's the trade potential with Europe that's the big payoff there. And then I think Feed Europe 2, another plus 20 relations with Europe, another plus 25 trade potential with Europe, and credit rating -1. I'm not sure if that means your credit rating is better or worse. I've seen it used. It doesn't matter. Something happens to the credit rating. We will see. Like when you look at Bank Act, it +2, it means the credit rating gets better, and so -1 would make you think that it gets worse. But there are other places in the game's files where it seems like -1 actually is an improvement. That I don't know. So that's the second lane, is to begin pecking away at some of the ag stuff, which should not be underestimated. Having done Enrollment Act 1, Enrollment Act 2 is open, and the Emancipation is kind of a soft Enrollment Act. So we'll get +5 support. The CSA will get +5 morale. I think those are accurate. I don't know if I changed those and just didn't update the title. But that paves the way later on for USCT, which means, well, you can read, right? So the CSA gets a national morale buff, but we get +10% to our volunteers numbers. So that one I think is an interesting conundrum, but I would generally say, yeah, go ahead and do it. And it paves the way later to abolition of slavery if we have time. But some of the recruitment-oriented stuff, so whether it's through the Emancipation line, Enrollment Act 2, or Military 3 for civ order and then recruitment offices, that one is extremely viable. And then the other is to actually just finish off some of this other stuff, like letters of marque, and don't sleep on the diplomacy one, the diplomacy line, because the project here that can be good is trade deals. And I think I've actually nerfed it to the point where it's no longer even worth. You can't really ever take it, even into like the third year of the war. You might have 2 takes of it. So it's not something I tend to concentrate on, but maybe I should in this one. So I have a lot of good options. I just, it's just the end of July in 1862. And so We will see where this war goes. It seems like there's a lot more war, but sometimes in these campaigns, I call them campaigns, but they're wars. But sometimes all of a sudden, just the morale support just the bottom drops out. I don't know exactly where the CSA is, but I assume that having addressed some of the eco stuff, the finance stuff, that maybe they'll turn to recruitment next. But we're going to try to pressure them. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. We have a push that worked pretty well in the last episode, right? So Sheridan knocked, I forget who it was back here. We knocked someone back from Newmarket. And so Sheridan, and I think Hazen is getting his readiness up. My goodness, man. That's right. I did press it wrong. It's this up button. Yeah, Hazen is almost there. He can join Sheridan, and they can push to Stanton. And now that there are forces over here that are close enough, we don't have to worry about getting cut off, and we could actually swing into Richmond pretty much along this arc. It's pretty narrow. We could get almost all of our troops. We are looking for Turchin. Okay, the second corps is not the issue, but it's Turchin's division. Some of these other divisions here that got beat up in a pretty bad previous episode, that they could make a comeback here, and they could join this force up here, and we could press Richmond. Also good in the last episode was the win up here in southern Kentucky, which we're going to try to exploit and open the door to Nashville. Intelligence is not great, but it looks like the Nashville route is open. And then over here in Missouri, to me, this is just defense. This is, screen out the CSA, keep them from St. Louis, keep the state under our control, and don't overspend to try to take this track. I mean, we are in a position we could launch an attack on Carrollton, take it maybe the supply depot, then use that as the staging ground to launch another attack for Fort Smith. Then after that, assuming that there aren't any counterattacks we have to deal with and slow us down too much, then you can take the long march to Little Rock, or you kind of pause around Danville, build another supply depot, and then continue on. But here's the conundrum. This is why I'm not a fan of trying to take Arkansas from the west, or really at all. All right, so you get to Little Rock, and then what? You're in the direct middle of the state, right? If you want to take the rest, you have these points down here. They're all relatively small, and they don't matter. Like, what's important is coming over here and taking Memphis, but you had to like swing all the way around to do that. And then once you take it, you probably want to hold it, and so you got to leave troops back. And so to me, just a minimal amount, and then you're really focused on pushing the CSA out of here and maybe interdicting at that crossroads to keep them out of Missouri, which has a lot of troops. And yeah, so that's that. And then if we want to mess with Mississippi, Alabama, we want to do it. I want to do it from Kentucky into Tennessee. And then once you have Tennessee, you can just see, look at how many states. I think that this game has really got me to realize how many states that Tennessee borders. And you know, there's some important ones over here in Atlanta. That's all the land stuff. The stuff at sea, it's yeah, it's this blockading squadron, sea raiders. I think what we were trying to do is we were trying to find one of these fleets that might have had an amphibious assault. Blockade busters. I don't know why the AI chose blockade busters, but they did. Supply colliers is fine. Blockade busters is stupid for us. Balloon barge. And none of that really means anything because we don't have any amphibious assault. So even if we hit these forts, we wouldn't be able to capture them. And so then we're stuck with not stuck with, but we're relying on the fleets that are up here, which we should actually move in to try to help take this fort. I think 2 of those fleets actually have that perk. So that's kind of where things stand. Our options are limited. I believe we were recruiting... yeah. Ironclad monitors and gunboats. I think we had some naval mishaps, to put it lightly. So that was that. And if you actually watched to the end of the last episode, you know what I need to do at the beginning of this one, and I'm going to put you on pause to do it, and that is we have got to equip our troops, so many of our troops, with better rifles. Too many of them were in the wilderness with mixed muskets and Springfield muskets, which honestly, I mean, if you got to do fighting at you know, with muskets at relatively close range, I guess that's the battlefield to do it. But I have checked through. We have a lot of weapons. I just have to go through and distribute them, and then I'll bring you back in. All right, so that took actually took a long time in real life, but pretty much everybody that's fighting, at least cores 1 through 6, I think, have Springfield rifle muskets or better. The 7th Corps is the most recently created one. It has Newton's division there. The other division is Bernie's, which is way over here in Connecticut. We got to bring it on over when it gets its readiness, but they have pretty much Springfield muskets, and I don't even think I gave them better artillery. But I'm pretty much out of good small arms. So even though I'm moving Keim over here to create another division, that's just to get the infantry mustered and get them drilling. They're not really ready to go in. Also, I noticed I added a bunch of regiments to brigades that were beaten up. A lot of brigades that had gone down to like 3 regiments. I just tagged an extra one in there, and so there's probably going to be some readiness issues now. It's certainly not going to make it move faster if they're going to have to incorporate new regiments in, but it was either that or those brigades can quickly become combat ineffective, and right, that's its own set of problems, and you don't want that. So that fort actually has quite a bit of condition left. I'm a little surprised, but maybe we can take that and start doing our own Great Snake plan here. But yeah, we have stuff to do. We gotta try to crush those 2 divisions, which have us in something of a predicament, right? Without Reynolds' division being able to act, it's hard to do much, because I don't think Hovey and Harney together, I'm not sure they have enough. Maybe they do. I feel like that division should be really out of supply, but you know, that may not be true. But that's that. I still think there are action areas. We also got to worry about Coleman coming in the back door and then raiding that supply depot and knocking that out. But I want to check on the readiness here. See, Carlin, he's not ready. Kearney really isn't either. Crittenden actually is. So we can move him down, and yeah, if Jackson wants to stay and fight, then he can certainly do that, but I'm not sure how well it's going to work for him. And then as long as there's enough supply here, I'm okay with this. Right? We have, what is that, Hooker's division, that if need be, it's on the railroad, it can go back to St. Louis. That also means that we can put it on boats. And you know what we have lost? We have lost our interior squadron that can actually do some important work here against Donaldson and, well, you can read Henry and all the rest. So, I don't know. Maybe when we get those ironclads done, but they're going to be a ways off. They might be available here in late 62, but it's just going to take a while to get them built up. So that's where we are, right? All these things take time, and they could go faster, but it takes money. And if you haven't seen, our money is spoken for in just a number of ways. I don't know what the heck this Navy upkeep is. Recruitment, supply depots. Yeah, Army upkeep is not terrible for the number of troops we have, and for the projects we haven't taken, and some of the other efficiencies we haven't been able to unlock yet. It's not really that surprising, but so Jackson, so that's over here, right? Because it's that Jackson. Yeah. Yeah, this is a fight we want. It looks like after 4 or 5 hours we should have, what, 3-1 advantage or something like that. And so yeah, if Jackson wants to stay and fight, that's fine. This is one of those things, before I took a brief sabbatical to go play more Galactic Contention, which I have to get back to doing now that the mod was down only for a little while. It wasn't like the 6 month suffering before. But anyways, I meant to remod some of the stuff or update some of the mod stuff so that the AI withdraws more often when they just don't have a chance. And I feel like 17,000 against 7,000. I don't know what map we're going to get, but yeah, this isn't really a map where... I mean, famous last words, right? But I don't know if this was in the last episode or if it was the one before that, but it was almost exactly the same. And I think off camera, I just walked my forces down, took Hodam bridges, and that's enough that they either have to attack or they have to withdraw. So anyways, the modding effort would be geared toward getting the AI to realize, you know, when it ain't going to work, rather than staying and... wow, that was really loud, whatever that was. Which reminds me, I gotta turn the volume down. Yeah, rather than stay and take fights that are just gonna go poorly, to just abandon them and live to fight another day. You know, there's always the concern that, well, then, you know, does the campaign just become a series of fallbacks rather than battles you can fight? Yeah, maybe it will. And you know, we'll have to make adjustments from there. But, you know, this is all about... I don't really want to do that way. Here, let's try to bring the whole group up. I don't know. Marching them right down here. I mean, it's kind of cute. I think that this is high ground, isn't it? I mean, it's called a crest, so you would think so. Yeah, it is, but you still have to come up to move them off of that. And so then you're just... even if you're coming downhill, it's through a wide open field. All right, let's move this along. Where is McClellan? So McClellan we actually want here because it is so late in the day. We're about to go to redeploy. And if we can get them close enough, we can redeployment bubble. Okay, so... I didn't actually make those mods that I've been talking about, but or I hadn't updated the mods, but that's what I think the AI should do right there. So yeah, not a lot of fun to watch, but I think it's more challenging because if you don't do it that way, it just ends up snowballing, right? They come in here, they get beat bad, they fall back to Nashville, if not further. Yeah, I have to probably wait a month to get our readiness back of all those troops and then do the actual push for Nashville. But Nashville can be one of those places where, you know, you can get it invested in it and you can hold up. And it's kind of hard to attack, right? It's... You can attack it in long pushes, right? So you can push from southern Kentucky and, you know, you supply up, you march down, and you hope to push it and take it, and then you don't. And then after that, like, if you're going to retake it, rarely does the AI build up supply depots close. They'll be, like, further back. And so you kind of got to take your supply, then you got to march to Nashville and hope to take it. If you come through the supply desert of eastern Tennessee, you better be bringing your supply depots, and a lot of times you're not. And out west here, there are forts you can get stuck on up here. Otherwise, you can defend fairly easy over here. If you get a squadron down here, it's really easy to interdict land forces that try to embark and then cross these narrow paths. You just shoot them away. So I feel like there aren't super great close staging grounds because things are a bit more spread out here. And so I think if they had stayed and fought and got absolutely walloped on, you know, then Jackson falls back to here, if not further, before we have our readiness back and we're ready to attack them. And then it's like, well, you know, then you're really not fighting anything. And apparently just for having to have to go into that battle, Carlin went from yellow to orange. So go figure there. All right, we're going to move you up to get you in scouting. But it's probably going to be a little while before... I don't know, if that's all Jackson is moving back, then I'm going to go press him again very soon. Maybe we'll wait till Kearney's ready to go, but yeah, if he's just sitting there, all unsupported, that's fine. Hans Hegg has redeemed himself. All right. Who knew? But I would like to deal with this. Everywhere else... So again, it happened off camera when I was refitting all the infantry, but there's a lot of units that just need to get their replacements back, and that's why as I was mulling over not those but these geez, they're all good because we're gonna have, we already have a lot of people in Virginia, and we're gonna have more in Tennessee soon. The Confiscation Act is good if you can pull the trigger where there's, the entire war is not in front of you, and you're going to have troops usually in Confederate states. Then Confiscation Act is pretty good. But I feel like Enrollment Act is just speed of replacements doubled is right. Speed of replacements plus 50%. That's good, but speed of replacements, just getting them into those units more quickly, so that we don't have to recruit entirely new regiments all the time. Which I think is a problem, and I think that tends to basically end up becoming a readiness debuff. All right, good news is that Reynolds is up to yellow, so we can put him in scouting, and that should allow him to get his readiness back more quickly. He's got skilled cartographers and expert scouts, so his intelligence gathering is really good. That should help with the readiness stuff. Hope he's almost fine anyways. Arnie's division, man, they're not provisioned. I'll send him back here and see if that helps. I'm doubtful. But welcome to West Virginia, man. Sheridan, I haven't checked on. He seems like maybe he's getting back some of his supply. Woods division. Alright, I don't know how true all that is. I feel like we should take some embedded reporters. I don't want veteran troops to just be angry all the time when we get there, because that is a morale debuff, and you don't want those either. Alright, so you're doing that. Sheridan, since you don't have to reinforce anybody, you can easily scout. Hazen, you can stay scouting. Let's see. Actually, do I want to recruit it? Nah, I don't think I want to recruit there. I think we'll recruit over to Evansville, and honestly, I'm not even sure what the rush would be there. They're doing that. Bernie's division. Yeah, he's got a lot of readiness to go, and then once he has it, it's just going to take him forever here to get to the... I think he's going to go to the Central Theater. I'm not sure. That's just because Newton is here, but... yeah, we're probably going to need another force in here. Because it's one thing to take Nashville, but then you got to take another corps, and you got to, push Bridgeport or Chattanooga. Yeah. So that's probably something we'll plan for. Realistically, probably 1863. Even if we just transferred the troops and tried to find other ways around that. But yeah, having these guys all back in home territory should help with that readiness. We can see there they're about 600 short of... Oh, God. Turchin's division. Well, we're short a brigade. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's one problem, but... is it just something with Turchin? What's going on here? Do we have any others that are too large? We don't. So, what do we do? 1,200 man brigade, 1,300 man brigade. I mean, is Turchin just a reserve division? We have Wallace, Terrell. Oh, he is, and Meggs. All right, so Turchin really, yeah, is there? We can make him more of a reserve. Yeah, I kind of hope that they eventually find their numbers, because at 93 cav, that's not doing anything right there. And if we were more attentive, we would look for all these. All right, if we can give units flags, it makes them look cooler in battle. If we could click on it, it would make us look cooler on YouTube. That is just a very blue flag. Look at that one. Alright. So they've got embedded reporters. They've got flying column. You know, it's the core headquarters, so I never really know how much this matters. I feel like the core headquarters never has a problem. Union passes Revenue Act. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't think that's going to do anything. But I did it anyways. But at least now we get a cool flag. So, alright, that means it's policy time. Yeah, I just... It's 40 days. Yeah. I know it is, but I want those depleted units brought up to full strength. You know, we can survive the economic stuff. It's really not great. It's really not. I gotta figure what's going on with this Navy upkeep. Do I have to go scuttle all these ships? I'll do it. I don't mind, but I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what we're doing. I doubt we're doing that much economic damage to make it worth it. Okay, so we took this fort. That's good news. There is some. All right, we'll send that back to harbor to repair. We'll send that back to harbor to repair. But the rest of that looks pretty good. So I don't know who that was, but was that you? Could have been. Probably. So I guess once I click out, I can't find out. All right. The next stop is what? Fort Macon give us Moorhead? I think so. I think it does. All right, you get out of there. This Atlantic blockade. Okay, well, yeah, those aren't too great in any case. Do we have anything that was in port that we could bring out? We could, like a chunky fourth-rate steamer. A lot of stuff that needs repair, but I wonder if those numbers are right. All right, and that's basically a nothing squadron. But they might have had. Do they have the perk? Yeah, they do. That's why we need them. All right. I kind of remember what my former self was doing now. Honestly, getting troops into Norfolk is not terrible either, because it allows us to take Norfolk, Virginia. Lots of good options. Let's see which ones we all right, come up with. All right, so Harney's back into supply. I like that. Ooh, Reynolds gets a flag. Sure, we'll just take whatever pops up first. I don't care. I guess we won't. Okay, we do. So that's that. That's that. And, alright. There's still a perk away. That's fine. Alright, Kym is going to create a new corps. Oh, Napoleon Buford. Can't say I know anything about him, because I don't. Alright. We'll do something like that. Also, these are not even. Can we move McClernand's? Yes. Do that. It looks better. Oh, you know, if I were smart about this, yeah, it feels cheap though. We could just transfer the brigades to Buford and just have it go that way. But I don't want to do that. All right, Meagher. This is the time that Thomas Meagher commanded the artillery. You remember? So we'll do that, and we'll do just kind of 4 infantry there. Wonder where they're going to take her. I'll name them off camera. I'm not going to do it now. But we'll go back through. We have our Google Doc of all the named ones. Okay. I don't know what that is. But we'll do that. We'll do that. You know, since we're here and we're not going to be able to go anywhere for a while, we'll just do that. One more time. I don't care about their weapons for right now. It's not important. Why? What? I don't even know what I was trying to do there. Alright, but that's what I'm trying to do there. Alright, that is a 7th Corps that's starting to come together. And we'll some climb back, I guess, up to Newton. That's kind of the mid. It's not the midpoint, but are you kidding me? I mean, it's kind of smart. It really is. So that's 2 Forest Corps. Yeah, 36 days. All right, so I'm thinking the battle here is to hit Jackson. I don't know if I should even care about what Forrest is trying to do. He's taken such a long way. Unless they're actually moving a different way, I don't know why we would care. Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted to see. Alright, so we gotta move you. I guess this is probably the best thing we can do. We gotta move you. We're gonna take you out of scouting. Where is Harney? Okay, Harney, gotta take you out of scouting. We gotta try to trap them now. Before they get away. Reynolds, you gotta try to cut him off. Okay. They had their orders. We'll see how it goes. But that's that there. It sounds quiet out here. I mean, I don't see these IIPs starting to roll red, so I don't think we need to worry about those. Everybody seems in supply, so yeah. Little to complain about from me at this point. I'll have something soon. A little worried that we're not. Maybe I didn't click that. That's why. Yeah, I don't know about river movement. I feel like if they try to. Alright. Try to disembark. While Yule's division is there, they might just get blasted. Oh, that's right. It's Harney's division that's got to come up, not the 3rd Corps. So we can just stop the 3rd Corps HQ. That'll be fine. And over here, I don't know. Moorhead. That's a level 2 fort. It's not joking around. Right? It's level. Yeah, it is level 2. I think so. Wilmington. I don't think Caswell actually gives us that. The one we want to look for, I'll know it when I see it. It's not that. Port Royal. Yeah, that's what we want. So we want to go for this fort, which is what? Fort Walker. It's a level 1. Come on. Not you, but you. We want to do that because then we can have... What's the matter? What is the problem? Okay. I don't know. I guess they're out of provision, so maybe they're waiting for ships to come back. That does happen. How are the finances? So now it's, yeah, now the projected is only down 381 million. Only. Ugh. All right. Again, we got to take our good news here in drops, but scout. Okay, you're already scouting. That's good. Scout. Come on. Let us go. What is it now? Alright, so I guess they got to me. Somehow, some way. Wait, Hovey? Wait a minute. Yeah, it's not that. It's this. Okay. So Hovey's got a hold. Reynolds will eventually come in, and so will Harney. Okay. Yeah, we just gotta survive. I guess the initial numbers are the same, and then we both get reinforced at about the same time. The only difference is I get a 3rd division, and they don't. So we'll see. Usually this is a little bit better intelligence. Oh, yeah. So those extra 8,000, which is just... I know what I should do, which is just play cagey until reinforcements arrive, but sometimes it's hard to stop the impulse to want to attack. What map have we rolled? Is it Springfield? No. No. Okay. Right, so there's the railroad bridge there. Isn't there a stone wall that overlooks an open field? No, that's a fence. Huh. Okay. We have new engineering points. But again, I really like this. I like that it's, you know, you got to try to control territory here. In this case, this is the key feature. No, oh, this is a 5, not a 3. So it doesn't it doesn't matter, right? If you can hold these two, it offsets holding those two. They look like they're coming in from over here, which makes sense. Oh, and we've started with 2 divisions. So yeah, I don't want to think too hard about this. I guess what we would want to do is to try to get over here from there without getting engaged like this way. So to see or to ward off that, because there is this, we'll move Hovey up here. And eventually things should start moving. I don't know what that's about. Alright, eventually it happened. It just took a really long time. So they're moving first. I don't know if these guys are waiting for a courier to arrive or something. Couldn't tell you. So Hovey... Oh no, I think they are here. Yule arrives. That was probably him arriving down here. You know what? I've lost this before. See, like those little glitches that you see that you shouldn't see, but... Oh, it's because Sherman is... I never even saw him. So, yeah. We'll, I don't really care about that. I don't care about the victory points either. There's not enough of them to matter. Aha! Sherman is seeing something, and Ewell absolutely did come in there. So we'll see if Sherman can get around, but at least with the railroad, we have a railroad overlooking an open field. And so that is very good for us. We'll wait for our 2nd division to arrive. They can take... This should be ours, right? Yeah, that's Harney. So that's our 3rd. They're probably up here? No? Oh, great. Well, it does make sense. I mean, that's where on the campaign map they were, 3 different areas. So what that now means is that that's too bad. That's too bad. They're already down here. All right. Change of plans. Again. Sherman's got to move up. Nope. Nope. I didn't mean that. Not that. Who is this? Hovey? Yeah, Hovey's got to move up. Because now we have to try to bring his force and I think it was Burnside. No, it's not Burnside. Harney, I think it was. Because I thought this was Reynolds. Yeah, this is Reynolds. And Reynolds can try to come down and join us. That, I think, is all I can do. We're just kind of cornered in here. Okay, we are probably going to have a good old-fashioned meat engagement of sorts. Just going to be on division nonsense. Yeah. You know what I want to do? Well, of course you do. Of course you know. Yeah, we want to do that. Sherman, you can start moving. But yeah, I'd prefer just trying to defer more to the commanders there. Okay, maybe we'll bring the cav in. As important as that is, I want to see what's going on over here. I don't know if the order is attack. I don't think it has to be. I think over here defend should be fine. And then, well, we'll just wait for Reynolds to get closer. Michigan has not enjoyed the 2nd North Carolina's hospitality. But they are about to be reinforced by the 15th Ohio. Not sure why. Oh, that's why. Oh, that's why. You know what? I'm not going to mess with their orders. Their orders are their orders. They might be terrible, but let them figure it out. Alright, so the 15th has showed up here as well. Oh, the 5th Virginia's there, but they are small in number. Holy moly. Alright. And this is one of the reasons why I don't let the AI make decisions. I mean, they're trying to cross... This is all they have to do. All you have to do, guys. Just do that. Don't go those ways. Just realize what's going on here. Alright, over here, I think we're just going to try to get our... I'm not even sure that's going to work. I'm not sure we're going to get there. Man, those reinforcements are a ways out. We started on a road. We decided not to take it. I know a shortcut. Alright. Alright, well, the 1st Kentucky U.S. was a sizable cav regiment. I don't know that that's going to continue, but... And, yep, they routed. Okay. At least they've got skirmishers out. I don't know if we had to drop the cannons there, but we did. That is a useless regiment. Again, we really do need replacements. Alright, we should push those regiments back, I think. This is why my cav tends to get chewed up so quickly, right? We do this kind of stuff. Now, don't they have the, they do have the use cover options selected, so... Alright, you know what? That is why cav are good, but we also got a ration because they're a little too good. Alright, we're going to have that cav move up. Thomas Kilby Smith. Alright, and down below, what are we looking at? We can probably hold there. That's fine. Okay. A little more promising. Who is... Oh, so it's misnamed as the Cavalry Brigade. Alright, well, at least I know what he used to do. Them down. Okay, good. They know to attack. That's the right move. Although they are getting dangerously close to routing, but I'll help the 13th North Carolina out because oh, that's just that small of a regiment. I thought they were a little messed up. All right. Is that was their cav over here? Tricky. All right. See what we can do. Things are moving real slow. Get up there, Burnside. I don't know what you're waiting for. Yeah, this whole deployment out of here. I mean, I know they showed up late, but, you know, maybe they're taking orders from Sherman up here. That would actually explain it. Okay. Corcoran and Long's, not Cav Brigade, just regular old brigade have done it. 1st Kentucky Cav has, I think, dispatched most of the regiments in this brigade, though, in fairness, they seem to have been really understrength brigades. So, that's that. Alright, since I don't think Ferry's artillery is going to do all that much where it is, we're going to move it up. Are they firing? Oh, they are. Who got it this time? Dimmick? I don't know who Dimmick is. Maybe he's down below? Oh boy. Yep. Up with them. Okay. Don't you guys... Ugh. That's an 900 man brigade. Ugh. Okay, we'll keep you there. Maybe we'll just hug the road with you. Yeah, and just bring you all up here. We'll try to get a little bit closer. But the goal there is to distract while we try to overwhelm up here. Even before Reynolds, my goodness, long before Reynolds, their troops aren't even back on the road yet, man. Iverson Jr. Looks like they were the last group to get pushed aside by that Cav. They do have Cav over here, and they are about to have all the victory points, right? Because the other one up here is Cody's farm. I don't know Patrick, but I guess he's withdrawn. Alright, if they stay on their heels, they will be able to push them probably all the way back. Alright, gents. Move means move. Now it sounds like the heavier fighting is down here. Ooh, yeah. Vermont, 15th New York, 7th, oh, the 7th Ohio, yikes. No one needs to be over there. You need to go up there. None of you need to move over there. You need to start shooting at stuff. There you go. It's gonna take a while to get reinforcements to them. Yeah, they got this group up here. Alright, well you guys may not like this at all. That's okay. I'm gonna move you over there. I'm actually gonna turn you guys. Try to deal with what's over there. And then that artillery, actually that artillery doesn't have to do that. It can just move there. That should be fine. Good luck to these guys. So, Harney's division. Let's actually do long range and yeah, let's make sure we have skirmishers out. Get that artillery pointed in the right direction. Alright. they just running? Man, they are moving in line. Holy moly. Yeah, so you move there. Corcoran, you move up. Long, you move up. Hopefully we retain that. They're going to get on that line. Smith is still harassing. He's a champ so far. Sturgis is there. Van de Veer is just take. Oh! That happened more quickly than I thought it would. Huh. Wow, they took 2,000 casualties? Excuse me. From what? I mean, I know Smith's cav did work. Took heavy casualties. I mean, 25% casualties heavy, but not like the 60% we frequently get here. But I thought maybe the plan was to just... Maybe they were going to withdraw the cav and the infantry brigade. Maybe snake it back down here. Try to crunk Harney's division. Yeah, I'm not sure what they do after that. Because they'd have to give up those victory points. So that part of the win would have to go away. Here, we can move this up. And then... I guess unless they were going to... go for the wipe down here. And try to win that way. But I would still have more men on the battlefield. They probably would have been bloodied coming into that. If I was in their position, I couldn't win that battle. Maybe with a ton of engineering points. But the way the points were spread out and they were even, it'd be hard. It was like a 50%. Right? They're outnumbered 3-2. I guess if they were really... All right, so this is how I would have done it, I guess, if I were them. And I kind of knew that... Who was it? Harney would come in at the bottom. You just throw everything at them. Although you can't, because you all came in when you came in. Right, so you can't know that. So unless they just... When they saw me, they decided to go get their two divisions together, throw 2 against 1, and not take that engagement up north. That delaying action was probably unnecessary. Because I was... Well, you saw what I was doing. I thought that maybe both of their divisions were going to show up there, smash the one in the middle, and then my 2 divisions left would be on opposite ends of the battlefield. It's not great. All right, so Dimmick was wounded, but importantly, that was here. I have no idea. Where are they going to go? That can't be right. This isn't CSA territory. Okay. So they're going to move back there, so they say. Hovey, why don't you escort them back there? Harney, why don't you help without getting too far away? Sherman, you're good to go. Limelights, I don't think he need... Well, his subordinates might need it. Okay. Reynolds can continue doing his thing because we need him ready to go when time comes. All right, yeah, I thought they were too far away to do anything about that. I was really surprised. Like, man, Forrest has cunning, but I don't think he has that much. 8,000 troops. Can I just let Carlin sit back? We got 5,000. So 8,000 from Kearney, 5,000. That should be 13,000 against 8,000. That should be enough to push Jackson back. Because there goes that saying, I'll say it anyways, what we don't want is we don't want Chalmers, Harper, and Jackson. We don't want 3-on-3, right? That's too fair of a fight. You take fair fights, you're going to take heavy casualties, and you have a much greater probability of losing. As you've seen in this campaign already, It is entirely possible to lose, even when you outnumber them, and they do not have any of the buffs that they get. Oh, I moved. Oh, Kearney was. Yikes. So, I don't like it. Oh, and it's going to bring in those units. It's bringing those units in, which is not... I think it is. Though it says unknown unit. Alright. The plan here is to go for that window when it's like 11,000 versus 8,000. You know what? I really don't know how this is going to go. 11,000 versus 8,000. If the ground is good for Jackson, or the morale is just better, training's better, 8,000 could be 11,000. And it looks like all their troops will be there. It'll be 50-50. So this one is, yeah. As I was saying, even if you outnumber them, even with all their buffs gone that they get in vanilla, I think with the AI tuned better than it is in vanilla, the AI is no joking. The underlying idea was good. It just, the way it comes across in vanilla, yeah, that is not what we wanted to see. Not at all what we wanted to see. The only good thing is that they're not huge numbers, but it's 5-3, 5-3. I hate those corner camping points. I wish they were further in. Like, even that's too close to the corner. I feel that's too close to the bottom down here. But yeah, it's a straight push. All right, we'll try it. Yeah, maybe we won't. Reynolds is here. Okay, it's not who we want. We don't want the division. We want the core. Well, no, we do want the division because I think it's just the core right now. All right, we'll move them up first. It's still early morning, so I don't think a redeployment window is going to come in today. So take a look at these points. This, I mean, the creek bed and the fences, I think both give you like 20% cover. So if, you square off there, it's just pretty much numbers and quality of troops and weapons, and all those things matter. Crawford's Mill looks like this, well, fence and creek look like they're on the CSA side. A little bit of a fence here. Otherwise, it's open ground. Now, this is a stone wall. It's not quite on the point, the creek and the forest there again. I think I might have buffed the forest to give more cover than it does in vanilla, but it's pretty open. And then Hart's Hill it's just out of the way. I mean, it's near a crossroads. You could attack it through the forest and actually put the defenders at a cover disadvantage, but you're so far away from everything else that matters. The play might just be to come down here, and then just try to control these two 5-pointers in the middle. They both have good roads. This is pretty easy to cordon off, and well, not pretty easy, but I mean, it's doable to cordon off an attack from the north. You take the stone wall. That's the river, so you're not going to get, there's no creek bed there to, I don't think, get into, but you can get in the forest. You can use the choke point with the stone wall overlooking it. You can make it very difficult to attack from the north. It's much harder to defend if the attack comes from the south, except that it has to come through here. And so maybe trying to control that creek, then using that as impassable terrain, and then, it's all a fine plan, but CSA is probably already there, so it doesn't matter that much. All right, Reynolds, you're doing that. What are the numbers looking like so far? So it looks like they have the numerical advantage here. We have a bit of a morale advantage. I don't... Is this us or them? Carlin. So that's us. And Carlin's up there. It's not what I wanted. I keep thinking it's the other Reynolds. Alright, Crittenden's division. Just bring them down here for now. Hopefully that's not too far. Okay. Carlin's got to finish showing up. And if you take these 2 points, I mean, you can always go for... I wouldn't want to have to try to... They're so far apart from each other. CSA could come in right here anyways. Again, CSA can come in here. I mean, you could take the creek bed as the first line of defense, the fences as the second, here and here. And it could be hard for the CSA to hold up here and also back here. All right, let's get Carlin's forces moving. That's fine. For now, that's fine. All right, let's speed it up until we make contact. Then we'll slow it down and get a little more thoughtful. I think this is a stone wall, actually. And you know what? Taking a position behind the creek is probably the smarter one. Should I do the smarter one? It just doesn't sound like something I would do. Where on earth are you going? Don't go there. Yeah, do not go there. And definitely put out scouts. And the distance between the top and the bottom, I think, largely negates the time between when Carlin shows up and probably the reinforcements for Jackson show up. All right, so we took that. That's some good news. I really want to find... We'll send... I guess it's Merritt over there. All right, that's good enough for me. So Crittenden is there. We don't need Reynolds taking these orders, but everybody else it can apply to. Merritt, move down here. All right, with Crittenden, we'll start sending some troops down there. We'll just send them up there to take a peek. Reynolds artillery should be able to sit right there. Okay, they're getting close. Got Crawford's Mill. Are they Are they over here? Is that what it is? Send Marin out to scout. Morris, I hate having you further away than you have to be, but that may be what the situation calls for. Because that is a really strong... Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, come on back. Reynolds, get your artillery over here. Merritt, get over here. I can say that is one thing I was not expecting. All right. So you're going to do that. Drake. Here, we got to get you over here. Kilpatrick, we got to get you over here. If only to just cover the artillery's retreat. Sorry, fall back. All right. We'll do that. Speed it up. We don't need scouts anymore. Yes, good thing we could see through the woods and knew all this was coming. Okay. Where are these guys going to end up? Do we just let them go on through? And just have them do whatever? Maybe. Maybe that's what we do. You know what? I don't want my cavalry to get killed. I know it's hard to believe if you've ever watched this channel. It's not the plan. It's just the way it usually ends up working out. All right, Morris, you're going to be on the left. All right, let's give the Crittenden, why don't you give the order for your division to attack? We're pretty together. You know, that's the criteria I use. Yeah, we're pretty together. Cavalry hate getting hit by artillery. I think everybody does, but you know, especially those divas on horses. Okay, we don't need you cold stealing anybody. Do you want... No. So the reason why we're moving up is because I assume their reinforcements are going to come from here. And because I know my reinforcements are coming from here. And so if we move up to meet them, we pin them up higher. And that means they're all that much closer to our reinforcements. So we're more concentrated where they're more dispersed. It's probably obvious to those who get it. But if it's not obvious, you know, why aren't you waiting till you're all together? Well, because we're actually trying to have the fight further away from where their friendly support is. We already have the objective points. Not that that really matters. It matters over the long term, but the actual fighting matters more. It's only if it becomes a kind of standoff or a slog that controlling the points is going to swing it. In the short term, it's not at all the most important. Okay. So I actually like what the AI is doing here. Well, I should rephrase that. It makes sense to want to charge off skirmishers. So I understand that. When you do it in the that's only 1,300 men in 4 regiments. So those are, yeah, more depleted regiments. You're over there. Morris, I think you can go up there. Yeah, all that's fine. Okay, Drake has his guys attacking. Still, Drake, who are you and why can't I click on your HQ? All right, Kilpatrick, you're attacking. There's our reinforcements. The 1st Missouri. close enough. Yeah, we probably want to reconsider that. I actually want the artillery closer to the road in case we do get attacked from down here. Plus, I feel like at this range, I'm not sure how effective we are. Can we advance behind skirmishers? And so that we don't run out of ammo, can we shoot at medium range? So we'll pay a casualty toll, I think, on the way in. Those also look like fat regiments. They are. What's it like having 500-man regiments? All that friendly dust. Uh-oh. Yes, let me know if you've ever heard me say that before. It's pretty much my running quote. Maybe the artillery shouldn't even stop there. I don't know. Have they gotten anything? Not yet. Not in terms of reinforcements yet. So I think we'll send our cav in. If they engage, they might be able to do something. All right. At this point, our skirmishers are doing absolutely nothing for us, so we should put them back in the line. Reynolds, I don't know what your artillery is going to be able to do. Maybe we have to move it here now. I mean, you're just shooting over your friendly troops, which I'm told they don't like to do. Pew is done for, but he didn't have much to begin with. Ah, go away. Alright. Yeah, good luck with that. those orders go out, but maybe the call after that is to just move to assault. So Carlin's OOB. Alright, so give me Rousseau's battery. Rousseau's battery can line up on the ridge overlooking the water. That's fine. They're not detached. We'll let them get detached. Morris broke after some casualties. Oh, sorry, that's Merritt's cavalry, not Morris's infantry. Why are you moving in the line? No, no, no. And we got a very little bit of cav. Nope, that doesn't look right. Carlin, Carlin, Carlin. Yep, I want that. That was Lucas. Payne, that's fine as that is. And Bryce, we want over here. There we go. Okay, you guys are done. Just send you over there. I'm gonna send you over there. Little bit ahead, and I think once these brigades get a bit closer, we're going to switch everyone over to assault. As they're coming from column into line, we're going to try to hit them end on and just hit them one at a time. Maybe we just do it now. We'll let Carlin's guys get in close, but... Where's Carlin's division? Yeah, that's right. So we'll do all that, and we'll send them forward under the assault stance. So when they see the enemy, they'll know how to move. The good news is that 2nd Kentucky Cav could actually rally if they're given enough time. But other than that, I think my thinking is over, and now we just gotta watch. The line's not great. So that's a pretty cool rallying thing to say. Sergeant, stop this stampede. Alright. Unfortunately, they're now getting like a 20 or 30 or 50% cover bonus, and we're standing out here. So under the assault stance, we should at least close range and try to make it a hot contest. 23rd New York's in trouble. 2nd Iowa should move closer. These are some big regiments, man. Those are 2 500-man regiments. Not sure what these guys are doing here. You're in the assault stance, sir. Alright, but reinforcements are here. In a somewhat decorated, it's a 2-star unit. the 12th Illinois take all your lumps for you. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to move you up under the charge stance. Same, well, no, we're not going to do that with you. Or you, but you can. Get your brigade into action. Come on. You don't need to reform. You can reform on the move. Alright, those look good. Yeah, they gotta kind of stay back anyways. That's okay. We're gonna let them continue to gather themselves. I don't see any... Our artillery here. This artillery, yeah, it's tough ground to move it through. Yeah. Oh, I think the 6th Wisconsin's in trouble, man. Come on, Bryce. Get that brigade up there. Alright, that was Reynolds. Greg's cavalry brigade is Buford, actually. Huh. Guess he does have a type. Carlin. Lucas's brigade. Get up there, Lucas. God, man. Just leaves one other brigade I can't quite find. Drake's brigade is pretty much cut up. I think this attack has run its course, unfortunately. Wow. I thought it had turned against me. But I bet if we can do a number on, and we are doing a number. Oh, and this is Forest Corps. So it said unknown unit, but I think we actually did know it. Alright, take your close range. Don't even worry about this medium range stuff. They're on the back foot. They're running. They're not far behind. They're okay. But better than I thought it was going to. Alright. So we should get them out. They're starting to take some lumps now. nice and formed up there for that enfilade fire. Woo, not so much fun now. Good job. If I could nominate somebody for an award, I think 6 Wisconsin and Andrews. They went in there unsupported against 3 larger regiments and held out. Who had, well, they were close to cover and held out until reinforcements arrived and allowed us to eventually rout all 3 of those while they held their ground. Alright. They can move to screen because, in fact, I think Crittenden's whole force can move to screen. And I think we'll just run this off, and I think we're going to call that an episode once we get back in. So I guess this one was, well, it wasn't, no, it was pretty much the 2 fights that I thought it was going to be. Maybe the final fight to clear the way to Nashville, and then to remove that 5th column that was operating there on the Ohio, West Virginia, almost Kentucky border. So with that freed up, once we chased them out of West Virginia and back into Virginia, think about where we want to move them. It's so hard to hit Virginia from the west. To hit it from West Virginia, we can try our best with supply depots and just slow walking it forward, but the roads are terrible, so everything moves slowly. There's no railroads in there. Even in the war, I think I told y'all in earlier episodes in this campaign, the one I read, the one there on Burnside and Longstreet, and the Knoxville campaign, and it makes the point over and over again about just how little can be supported out. Well, I mean, the Knoxville area is over here, but it seems to apply also to here. And some of his other writings, he makes the point about just logistically how hard it is to support large armies as you get into the Appalachians and eastern Kentucky and all that stuff. Is that? Yeah, I guess that is where I moved the 7th Corps. Alright, so that was that. Yeah, Crittenden's division, those all beat up now, and they're going to be out of action for a while. Carlin's already was. Kearney wasn't supposed to be in scouting, but he was. Hey, look, another flag. That's a cool one. All right. So we'll have more bling on the battlefield, and again, that is what these campaigns are all about. Lynchburg. Sheridan. Yeah, I think that this is a fine place to end it. You can check and see if there are any projects so we're almost ready for a civ order. That's fine. Improved credit rating, it's still a ways off, but it will be so nice when it's here. Subsidized banks. Yada, 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 yada. I don't think we could take recruitment offices. Yeah, so we recruited 25. I mean, it would certainly help, right, as part of the, how do we get troops back into these depleted regiments, particularly the cav ones. Yeah, a lot of the infantry ones as well. So they had to go the route of conscription. Huh. Well, I guess they saw my enrollment act and they raised me a conscription. So, yeah, things we'll have to ponder for the future. Yeah, I cast my lot here with Enrollment Act 2, and there's so many other good things there that probably should be done, and it's hard to get it all out of the way. But anyways, that was yet another Battlefield episode, right? We still have to do the mop-up work. Hubby, you're supposed to be moving. We got to rename. I don't know if I have to. Yeah, actually, I do have to rename a bunch of regiments, but it's the part I like the least about the campaign. But I think it's, since it's regimental play, it's kind of the if you're gonna go that route, and it probably will be the only time I do it, because of the naming conventions, it takes so much time. Maybe we'll try to do that one right. And all right, so we'll put you in scouting. That's fine. All right, yeah, you gotta end it somewhere, and this is as good as a place as any. And I'm having fun, so I hope you all are. And hope to have you back for the next one.